The Tragedy of Cinema podcast is intended as a family-friendly program that by extension strives to be inclusive to all people regardless of their ethnicity, gender, creed, or any other identifying factors in this incredibly diverse world of ours. With that said, some of the films we discuss may contain serious subject matters or have content considered morally objectionable by today's standards. We do not intend to condone or dismiss these aspects of these films, but our primary focus will be on what we believe the film succeeds at, some fun facts, and our personal enjoyment factors of each film. With that said, we hope you enjoy the show.
Jimbo and Bond take flight. 80s dreams on its delight. In the realm of black and white. Movies and TV flow through the stories we all know. Silver screen tales unfold in the magic they bestow. The tragedy of cinema, when the memories shimmer. Join us as we toast to the tales we love the most.
Alan Bauer has a very successful business.
Okay, Bauer, you're ruined. You're finished. You're a ghost in this business.
How'd you like some bananas at cost?
Deal.
He's got the wisdom and support of his brother Freddie.
I love this guy. Do you hear me? I love him. Give me a kiss. What's the matter? You too big? Give me
I just want to meet a woman. I want to meet a woman and I want to fall in love. It's not much.
And worst of all, Alan Bauer feels with all his heart that he doesn't have one.
Freddie, something in here is not working.
There are worse organs not to be working.
Where to? Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
And then, one day, accidentally, from out of the blue, it happens. Just looking at her is pure ecstasy. Just touching her is a lifelong fantasy come true. Just being in love with her plunges him into a wondrous world of rapture and enchantment. Just one problem stands in his way. A little secret she's trying to keep all to herself.
There is a mermaid in New York City.
How come she's got legs?
She has legs out of the water. She has fins in the water.
What about a woman showing up naked in a public place, Freddie? Well, I'm for it, of course. Can I come in?
No!
All right, let me in.
I'll be right there. I'm just changing.
That girl is a mermaid.
All my life, I've been waiting for someone, and when I find her, she's a fish. Nobody said love's perfect. She's really hungry.
Daryl Hannah, Tom Hanks, and John Candy. Splash, a fantastic tale about a fantastic tale.
Come on in, the water's fine.
All right, guys, welcome back to the Tragedy of Cinema podcast. I'm your host, Jimbo.
And I'm your co-host, Bond.
Bond, today we are diving deep into the ocean to talk about a Ron Howard film, Splash.
This is Splash, 1984 Ron Howard movie. It's romantic fantasy comedy. It stars Tom Hanks, Daryl Hannah, John Candy, Eugene Levy. It is also famous for being the first film released by Touchstone Pictures.
Yeah, Disney, that's the way for Disney to release more adult-themed content, I guess.
Yeah, this one was PG rated. It's got some language in it. It's got some brief nudity in it. I would say brief nudity on this one. So, yeah, this one, it was it allowed Disney to put out more adult stuff. Well, first off, let's talk about the director, Ron Howard. We know Ron Howard.
One of the best. One of the best.
I would argue he's one of my favorite directors. Right? He of course started on the Andy Griffith Show as just a child. He was in The Music Man.
He was
as
in
just a kid.
Sunday, Monday, Happy Days.
Happy Days as
Richie Cunningham.
Richie Cunningham. So he's always been in the spotlight. In fact, what happened was on Happy Days, he was unhappy with the fact that the show was focusing more on the Fonz than it was on Richie. Hey! The show was supposed to revolve around Ron Howard's character. It was supposed to revolve around Richie Cunningham and his family, but the Fonz became an instant star. They were offering Henry Winkler more money, better offers, and so Ron Howard, as a side gig, went to directing school, looked into directing. So
you know what they should have done? Do you remember that famous Happy Days episode where Fonzie's going to jump the shark? Do you remember that?
He does jump the shark. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm Ron Howard and I'm holding this grudge in this movie, I'm going to have a cameo as Ron Howard jumping the mermaid.
He should, he should definitely have a scene. Or a guy in a leather jacket out in the water. And it's just an implied Fonzie out there. Ron Howard, man, he's an Academy Award-winning director. He directed movies such as, he won an Academy Award for A Beautiful Mind.
Mm-hmm.
He also directed like Apollo 13, all of the Da Vinci Code movies. And he's just a monumental. His eye through the camera is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The way he makes you feel. This is actually one of his early directing. I want to say maybe his second movie he directed, maybe his third. So it's right up. It's early stuff, man. This movie was made for $11 million back in 1982.
That's pretty good.
It is, because the special effects are pretty good in this.
Really good.
I mean, just the scientific tank scene alone at the end.
How cool was that scene? That scene was so cool.
It was. Oh, I was sad. I was heartbroken. The budget for $11 million is $34 million in 2025. So still, $34 million. Imagine making a movie today for $34 million. You couldn't do it.
You probably couldn't even pay one of the main actors $34 million.
You sure couldn't pay Tom Hanks that much. It did $69 million at the box office, which is equal to about 214 today. So made for 11, made almost 70, 7 times the investment. Amazing, man. Let's see. Let's look at the cast. You're looking at Tom Hanks plays Alan Bauer. Do I have to even tell you who Tom Hanks is?
What's your favorite Tom Hanks movie?
Bachelor Party.
I'm going to have to go with Saving Private Ryan, man.
I'm just kidding. It's not Bachelor.
I say Saving Private Ryan. I love Saving Private Ryan, but I think what he's probably better at is Forrest Gump, man. I can watch Forrest Gump anytime, no matter what scene it's on, dude, and I still enjoy that movie to this day.
I have to agree. I think Forrest Gump is my favorite. It's not really Bachelor Party. But Forrest Gump is my favorite one. Of course, he was in Castaway.
Big.
Got to be Big and Castaway. Those have to be like the ones you mentioned when you mentioned
Joe versus the volcano.
Would you say that Tom Hanks is our version of Jimmy Stewart? Like our generation's Jimmy Stewart?
Number one, do not ever disrespect the name of Jimmy Stewart like that again there, Bond, or we're going to have problems.
How am I saying so are you saying it's disrespecting to say that Tom Hanks?
He's not even in the same ballpark as Jimmy Stewart.
Are you kidding me?
I do not kid when I talk about Jimmy Stewart.
Oh my goodness.
That is one of my heroes in movies. You know this.
And Tom Hanks should be as well, sir. Tom Hanks has been pretty good.
He's also been pretty crazy too. I mean.
And don't forget, Tom Hanks got his start in Bosom Buddies.
Yes.
The TV show Bosom Buddies, which I don't think they can make that show today. I don't think it would be as big a hit. This movie also stars Daryl Hannah as Madison.
Beautiful.
But she doesn't have a name in this movie. She like gets her name from a street sign.
Yes, she does, because it's
oh yeah,
where she breaks all the TVs. Remember?
Yeah, it's hard to pronounce in English. She got her start in Blade Runner. She was in Wall Street. And, of course, she was in the Kill Bill, Volume 1 and 2.
I think she's absolutely beautiful in this movie.
She is stunning in this movie. Stunning. And maybe it's the way that
her hair
they made her hair super long. Yeah.
It's kind of like crimpy, wavy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that crimp to it. She looks like a mermaid out of water.
A fish out of water, is that what you're saying?
Yes. You know how hard it is to make someone look like a fish when they're not a fish? She looks like a mermaid out of water.
She looks like a mermaid when she's in the water.
Well, the fins help that. This movie also stars John Candy as Freddie Bauer.
Man, he's so good. So good.
He steals almost every scene he's in this movie.
He's hilarious, dude. The racquetball scene alone. I got some trivia about the racquetball scene, and you're going to die. The racquetball scene.
He's drinking. He's got an ice chest in the racquetball court. He pops open a beer. He's got a beer in one hand while he's playing racquetball.
And he's
That's so crazy.
They've only been playing for 5 minutes. He's like, I got to take a break.
Yeah, they just started. He's like, whew, all right, I need a rest. John Candy's in Stripes, Uncle Buck, Vacation. He's in so many great movies.
The Great Outdoors.
Great Outdoors. You know what? We should actually do a podcast on the Great Outdoors.
Bond, we've already covered it. Remember, it'll be released before this one. So, jeez.
This movie also has another one of these are all like my favorites. Bam, bam, bam in a row. Eugene Levy.
You know what? He is fantastic as the role in this movie. I laugh so hard at him in this movie.
Dr. Walter Kornbluth. Dr. Walter Kornbluth. Eugene Levy plays a scientist that knows Daryl Hannah's a fish, just has to prove it. He saw her as a mermaid. He just has to prove it.
That was a cool scene where he's underwater filming or looking for her, and she comes around that corner of the reef or whatever, and he's like, oh, and he's trying to get his camera.
He drops his camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the time he gets his camera up and focused, she's gone. She's gone. Eugene Levy was in Vacation. He's the dad from American Pie. One of my favorite movies with Eugene Levy in it is Best in Show.
Mm-hmm.
I love Best in Show. And, of course, he's on the television show Schitt's Creek, which, if you've ever seen Schitt's Creek, is hilarious. And that's like the main cast. There's some side people in this one, but those are like the big ones. Oh, one more person I want to point out. The secretary. The secretary at the fruit. I guess Tom Hanks and John Candy, their characters, they own like a fruit and vegetable warehouse. They sell wholesale fruits and vegetables. And they have a secretary that used to belong to, I guess, their dad's secretary, and they kept her along because they kind of felt sorry for her. Dodie Goodman plays Mrs. Stimler. She was in Grease 2.
Yes.
She plays one of the secretaries in Grease 2. And she's also from the TV show Mary Tyler Moore.
Well, I have
a shout out for her.
I have a shout out I'm going to do too.
Okay.
Do you remember the scene at the friend's wedding where basically Alan's just gotten broken up with his wife or whatever? She broke up with him over the phone. And Alan starts shouting at the guy, "That's the news. You want the weather?" Then Freddie Bauer informs him that that's the bride's brother. Do you know who the bride's brother was? That was Ron Howard's brother, Clint Howard. I thought
Clint Howard. Cool. I love watching. I always love watching for Clint Howard.
Oh yeah, he's in almost everything he does.
Yeah, Clint Howard comes out as the brother. That's awesome, man. So let's get into, I guess, what this movie's about, right? When Tom Hanks's character is just a kid,
Alan,
right? Alan, he's 8 years old. He's on the boat. His family's taking like this boat tour of Cape Cod, and everyone else is kind of paying attention to one thing, but Alan is looking over the side of the boat.
How about Freddie at the beginning?
Freddie has a pocket full of change.
He's doing the old drop the change and looking up the women's skirts, remember?
He gets busted doing that, man.
Even when he's older, he's doing it, remember?
Oh, yeah. Hey, man, the classics never die, man. So He takes some change and he throws it on the ground, and he's picking it up, but he's picking up the girl's skirt. Oh my gosh. So they're kind of like scolding Freddie. The parents are scolding Freddie, and Alan falls off the boat. He falls off the boat. He starts sinking into the ocean.
Do you think he fell, or do you think he jumped?
I think he was lured.
Yeah, because you see him looking at the water.
Siren.
Right.
Yeah. He's hypnotized by the water. I think that in some way he was lured into the water, because it's not like he trips or slips, right? He just goes into the water. And when he does, there's a beautiful 8-year-old girl just swimming around in the water and smiles at him and holds his hand. And when Alan's rescued and pulled back to the surface, the two are separated, but nobody sees the little girl. Now, that haunts Tom Hanks. That haunts Alan for the rest of his life.
Well, do you remember, though, he's still looking back in the water, and she pops her head up, and she's just bawling. The little girl, the little girl is bawling. And I have some trivia about that. It's kind of sad. Sure. It's kind of sad about that. So when we get there, I'll talk about it, but I'll let you continue.
Oh, okay. You don't want to share it now?
Well, I can't find it right now in my notes. It's
no problem. No problem. Well, she's a mermaid, and I guess it's love at first sight.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say this is like Tom Hanks, one of his early romantic comedies? Like
it has to be, right?
He makes Sleepless in Seattle and all
You've Got Mail.
You've Got Mail. This is the same little romantic role that he plays in all those other movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's love at first sight. They saw each other when they were 8. She's been fascinated by him ever since. He's been fascinated by her ever since. The problem is they come from 2 different places. We jump 20 years later. Alan's now the co-owner of a wholesale fruit and vegetable business with his brother, Freddie. Oh, man. I don't know if I could be in business with Freddie. He's buying slimy cherries at a poker. He has, like, at a poker game. He makes crazy deals left and right.
He was really excited because his story finally got published in Penthouse, remember?
Oh, yeah. It's in the forum.
Yeah.
They finally printed my story. Meanwhile, as we said, Dr. Walter Kornbluth is setting up a diving expedition.
Them 2 guys he has working with him, his like ship deck mates or whatever, his ship hands, them guys.
Oh, yeah. But it's funny because he knows they're idiots.
Yeah, he must have got them because they were cheap,
Yeah, he knows they're idiots. He's setting up this big expedition. Now, Alan is engaged to be married. Is that correct?
He was. Remember, he was getting broke up with over the phone, remember? And that's why I think he gets drunk at that bar, and he takes that taxi to Cape Cod.
Oh, yeah. And he gets in, and the guy's like, "Hey, buddy, where to?" He's like, "Cape Cod." It's like $300 to go to Cape Cod.
$300. And I looked at
1982 money.
For inflation, it would cost about a little over $900 to get there now.
Jeez, see? But he's like, "Hey, if you got the money," he flashes the money. Sure enough, he takes him. And so he's always been fascinated with Cape Cod. He's always been fascinated with this area ever since he saw a little girl mermaid. And he's walking down the beach, and he sees the doctor. He sees the 2 assistants. They've got this scientific equipment.
How they're trying to get it off the truck.
That was hilarious. He's like, "You know what this says? This end up. You know what that means?"
Like when he goes, "Never mind, I'll do it myself." And he goes over there, he says, "Well, help me."
Yeah, he can't pick it up. It's too heavy. Yeah, it's too heavy. He can't pick it up. It's too heavy. So they load up the equipment, and he thinks that Alan is a spy, right? "Who are you with? Who are you with? Why are you here? You're spying on me. You're spying on me." Right. Well, the mermaid sees Dr. Kornbluth in the water, right? But when he sees the mermaid, he freaks out and drops the camera.
But you remember you're forgetting the part because Tom Cruise finds a guy because they tell him that, hey, you need to go up here. This guy will take you over because he got dropped off on the wrong side of the beach. He's trying to get across.
Oh, yeah.
Across the thing. So he gets in the boat with this guy, and he gets halfway over there, and the motor dies, right? And he's like,
"Oh yeah, that's
I'll go, and
I'll go get the other boat."
And Tom, he said, "I'll go get the smaller boat." He's like, "Smaller boat?"
Yeah.
But we find out that Tom Hanks cannot swim.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what happens is he goes to pull the thing on the engine, and he falls into the water, which is cool because his wallet falls out, and that's a pretty good shot where his wallet falls, and I think it says Vista instead of Visa. It looks like a Visa card.
Oh yeah,
but it has like his driver's license and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And the mermaid, Daryl Hannah, finds it. But does she rescue him? Does she pull him back up, or no? She drops him off at the beach. That's why. But he hits his head. The beach. And he wakes up on the beach, and she's like in the weeds looking at him.
Mm-hmm. She's in the dunes, and he's like, "Hey, wait, come back!" And she kind of freaks out, takes off, runs, and jumps back in the water.
Yeah, a little naked body runs across the screen and jumps into the water. And
that's true.
He's
that's
like,
where you're PG
come back. I can't swim, And she goes like behind a rock or whatever. Well, Tom Hanks turns around and starts walking, and you see this jumping mermaid in the background. I think it's really good.
I love that scene where Alan turns around, and then right when he turns around, that's where you see her fin pop out of the water, because he sees her go in the water. But when he turns around, because like you said, he can't swim, they show that classic mermaid flip.
Yep.
Which I thought was pretty cool. They say that. She does find Alan's wallet, right? She uses a chart. Remember, she goes and finds like this sea chart of New York.
Yeah, an old map.
Yeah,
it looks like an old sunken ship from like the 1700s.
Mm-hmm. But it's enough to get her to the Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, and this is where when she finds the wallet, she goes back. This is where the professor sees her underwater, and she does like some flipping stuff where it gets him all out of storage. He drops his camera, and when he gets up, she had sped off. So
I think that's one of the best special effects in the movie.
Which one?
The where she turns around and starts swimming away.
Oh yeah,
I was like, whoa, that was pretty cool, because I mean, however they did it, they had to do it without her air bubbles as she's breathing. They had to somehow figure out how she's going to swim with her legs restricted like that. I mean, I don't recommend this at home. Don't tie your legs together and try to swim underwater.
I have a lot of trivia about this. You're going to be surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
we'll get there.
Because as I was watching that, I was like, that's pretty impressive that you could swim with your legs tied together, like strapped together like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I just love that scene. She goes to the Statue of Liberty. She gets out of the water. And
naked.
We find out that when you get out of the water
and your legs are dry,
then you get legs. You don't have a flipper anymore.
Right.
The bottom half of you is not a fish. The bottom half of you is you're a woman, and you're a naked woman. But the guy still continues.
And you can't talk English. You can't talk at all.
No, she can't. She doesn't know English.
Remember, the guy's like, "Hey, take a picture. Make sure you get the full view."
That's typical New Yorkers right there, man. They run over there and want to take selfies with her. She's arrested for indecent exposure, right? But she does have Alan's wallet, so they're able to contact him. And he shows up, and he knows who she is. Kind of. She's the girl from the beach. But she doesn't have a name. She doesn't speak any English. But he's allowed to take her away.
Mm-hmm. I like that scene. They're like, "Do you know this girl?" Yeah. They're like, "What's her name?" He's like, "I don't know."
Yeah, that's true. He takes her home, gets her settled in. She loves to kiss.
Yep.
She's a kisser. Man, every time they're together, that's all she wants to do is just give him kisses. She learns how to speak watching television.
Yep.
She was. He has to go to work. Eventually, he has to go to work. He leaves her at home. He gives her some food. He turns on the television for her. He doesn't lock her in.
Now here, I'm going to throw this out here because they said that in the novel, it explains it better, but I guess every time they're kissing and it cuts away that they've had sex. So every time that you see them kissing and everything, then they've had sex after that, like during the cutscene.
Okay. I mean, a couple of them were implied.
Remember like when he goes up to get ready for work and he's getting ready to go out the door. He's like, oh, I don't have to be there for another 2 hours or whatever. He climbs back in bed with her. So.
Yeah. He leaves and then comes back and says, I don't have to be at work for another hour, and he jumps in bed.
Yeah.
Okay. Implied. The problem is he doesn't like lock her in the house and say, I'll be back in a few hours. Stay here.
Well, she doesn't understand him yet either, I don't think, because she hasn't really watched TV yet.
So you don't think she understands anything?
Not yet, because when he goes away, she watches TV. Remember, because she sees the commercial for Bloomingdale's, and that's when she leaves the apartment and she goes down to the front door. She's got his suit on. Remember?
Yeah, she's wearing like an Annie Hall version. Yeah. She's got like a big suit.
And she asks the bellboy, he's like, hey, where do you want to go? And she's like, Bloomingdale's. All right.
That's the only word she knows in English is Bloomingdale's. Yeah. But when she gets to Bloomingdale's, she stays there all day. She uses his credit card.
Well, the one lady's like,
buys clothes.
Oh, honey, you can't be walking around like that. We got to get you some clothes. And she pulls out the wallet. She's got bags and boxes now. Kind of reminds me of Pretty Woman.
And don't forget, a pretty girl like you shouldn't wear boxer shorts.
Yes.
Right? Because they need to take her to the lingerie department.
Yeah.
She finds the television, the electronics section of Bloomingdale's, and spends the rest of her day right there.
Just watching. Right.
Just watching TV.
And I like the two guys. They're like, hey, she's been here all day. And he's like, well, you better go tell her to leave. She's like working out with Jane Fonda or something. And he goes over there.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Richard Simmons.
He's like, you can't be here. And she just keeps going and she goes back. He's like, she's got a few more minutes or whatever.
Alan comes home from work, and of course she's not there. She's at Bloomingdale's, but he doesn't know where she is. He's frantic. He's looking around the apartment. He's looking through the halls. He finally finds the bellboy, the doorman, and he says, oh yeah, she went to Bloomingdale's, right? So he goes to Bloomingdale's minutes before they close, because he walks in the door. They're like, hey, we close in like 3 minutes. He's, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. He takes off. He finds her in front of the TV. And I love it because he goes, she doesn't speak any English.
And she's like, hi, Alan.
I know. Hi, Alan.
He's like, oh.
I love that scene, man. Because like, no, it's okay. It's okay. She doesn't speak any English. Hi, Alan. And you're like, what? She just spoke English. They have a night out on the town.
Well, that's where he says, well, what's your name? And she's like, oh, it's not pronounced in English. And that's when she does the scream and all the TV shatter. Pretty cool scene.
It's like a dolphin name or something.
Yeah.
She's got a weird dolphin name.
And it's not Flipper.
No, she does have a dolphin name.
They doesn't have a dolphin name. That's Flipper. But is this where she says her name's Madison?
It's like, yeah, that same night they're walking down the street and he goes, well, you need a name. How about Anne? And he like just starts naming different women's names. And he goes, wow, where are we at? Madison. How about Jill? He goes, wait, I like that one. Right. It's like, which one?
You know,
Madison.
they said that Madison wasn't really a common name until this movie. Then after this movie, the name Madison for a girl became more popular.
That's pretty cool. I believe it because I don't remember there being any Madisons when I was young. But apparently it's a splash name. Oh, I love it because he says something to the effect of, well, it's a good thing we weren't on 134th Street or something like that. She pulled her name from the street they were on. Now, she says she's going to be in town for 6 fun-filled days until the moon is full.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Why is it only 6 days? And when did the 6 days start? Is there something that we've missed?
I think it's a week. I think it's 7 days, and she's already lost a day.
But where is that written at? How do you know? Where'd that come from? She didn't meet Ursula down there in the sea and said, hey, you've only got 7 days for your
7
voice.
Days to wish for your, yeah.
I don't know.
And do all mer people get a week?
I don't know. That's unless it's some sort of ancient folklore that we don't know about mermaids.
Is this her first week on the surface?
I don't know.
Or is this something she's been doing since age 9?
No, because she would have known English and she would have known where stuff was, right? Because she seems to be living in New York Harbor, right?
True. Yeah, she lives in, but I can imagine the pollution.
I was really confused because it doesn't say why they only get a week or why she only has a week, just until the moon is full. Does that mean if you would have went out right after the full moon, you would have had 30 days? I don't know.
It's kind of weird. They never really explained that, which I guess is part of her mystery, right? She only has 6 days or something. She and Alan fall in love. And the whole time he's trying to get to know her. He's asking her things. And every once in a while she'll throw out a weird clue about where she lives, but it doesn't make any sense. Like, this is what happened when water gets hard.
Oh yeah. When they're ice skating. Well, I thought she was going to tell him when they came across the mermaid fountain, and she, the big mermaid fountain in the park or whatever. Yeah. And she's like, "Hey, do you like this?" He's like, "Yeah, for some reason I've always been, attracted to the water, and yeah, I like it well enough." And it was almost like she wanted to tell him right there. And he's like, "Well, what's your big secret?" And she's like, "I can't tell you. You know what I mean? I just want to enjoy my 4 days."
Yeah.
But the entire time this is going on, you have the Eugene Levy's character. He's diving back in the water and everything. And I like the scene where he comes struggling back up for water, and he's like, "You idiot! You see this cord? This is my air hose." Oh.
He's leaning on the air.
So he's like, "Well, where would she go?" and all that. But you come to realize that Tom Hanks' character is falling in love, and he's always wanted to fall in love. And so it's hard. And it's really the point of this movie. The scene that I love the most in this movie is the ice skating scene, because, and I have a couple of thoughts and questions about this. So, he's already decided that he's going to ask her to marry him. He tried to do it earlier at the dinner, which we should probably talk about that too in a little bit, but, the ice skating scene, he's like, "Come over, let's talk." So she sits down, and he's like, "Well, maybe I didn't actually ask this right earlier, or maybe you didn't understand." And he's like, "Will you marry me?" And, she looks at him and she's like, "I can't." And your heart is breaking for Tom Hanks's character, because you see how good they are together, but why? Because she's a mermaid. And then she gets up, she's like, "Look, I just want, I've only got 3 days left or whatever at this point. I want to make them the best for me." And she's like, "What do you want to skate?" He's like, "Yeah." And he just takes off. He's mad. And, she's like, "Alan, what's wrong?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing." He sees that older couple that it looks like they've probably been coming there for 40 years, hand in hand, in love. And he kind of gets rude with Madison.
Very sarcastic.
Yeah, and he says, "Well, what? They don't have," and that's where she says, "Oh, is this what happens to water when you start?" He's like, "Oh, what? You don't have water where you come from, or ice where you come from?" And he's like, "Oh, you don't have that much of anything." And he's just yelling at her, and then she just takes off her skates and starts running. And he starts trying to chase after her, Madison, and he's running, and he's still in his skates though. So he's like, the guy tackles him, he's like, "No, you can't leave with those." Well, and that from that point, and then it starts raining. You hear the thunder in the background, and you see him. He's going to the police station. He's looking all over for her. He's going to the hotels, and there's a scene where you see him walking over the top of this bridge, and it pans down, and she's scared to death, hiding under that bridge, and that just breaks my heart, because if she gets wet, she's going to turn into a mermaid.
Yeah, she's stuck under the bridge until it stops raining.
Pulls at your heartstrings. But a little bit before that scene, they go to the presidential address, right? Or no, I don't think so, not yet, because that's when Eugene Levy actually sprays her with the water. I think they're just going to dinner.
They just go to like a nice lobster dinner.
And they bring lobsters out to him, and she just takes that thing and just
she eats it like a corn on the cob, man.
With the shell and all, man. Oh, wow.
She's tough. Yeah, she, I have to agree with you. That scene, her acting in that scene is so good. When she just starts to cry because she doesn't understand why he's so upset. She started to cry because she knows she can't stay there. He thinks it's like a visa issue.
Yeah.
He thinks it's like, well, maybe you can't stay because you're not here legally or your visa's going to run out. So if you get married, you can stay with me. And what's sad about that is the fact that Tom Hanks wants love.
Right. And he has love.
He finally has love, someone who loves him back. And you're like, he's discovered it. And just like you said, just tears you out.
I think it's the next morning when he wakes up alone. She hadn't come back to the apartment. And you see her standing on the side of the dock, right? And she's like over the edge of the barrier. And she's just looking at the water. And you see her starting to take off her top. Now, my question to you, do you think she jumped in the water there at that point?
No.
You don't think she did at all?
No.
I think she did.
I think that
because you have to remember, as soon as the next scene that you see Tom Hanks leaned up against a telephone pole or something, and you see her walk up the ramp or whatever and says, "All right, Alan, I'll marry you."
So do you think she goes home to say goodbye?
I think so. But has it never actually said that if she stays on land that she gets to keep her legs forever, right? I don't think that, I don't know if that's how it works. I think she's going to revert back to a mermaid after the 7th day anyway, right?
Yeah, I don't think she's allowed to stay on land.
Right. But then why would she agree to marry him? Do you think she just caved in just to so?
I think it's one of those things where if she stays behind, she won't turn back into a mermaid, but she'll never be a mermaid again. She'll never be able to go home again. She'll lose her land, her people, her family.
So I have a question when we get to the end of this movie then.
Okay, so I don't think that she gets wet. I don't think she jumps in the water. I think she stands on the edge, and like you said, she's about to take off her top. She looks at the water, and she has a decision to make: Tom Hanks or everything she's known.
But you got to remember,
essence,
Tom
she
Hanks
gives up everything for Tom
Hanks has been on her mind since she was 8 years old too.
True. And I think she gives up everything for love at that moment. She says, no, I'm going to give up everything for the man I love. That's why she comes back and says, yes, Alan, I'll marry you. Because it means I'll never go back to my family again. It's like, would you marry the woman you love if it meant saying goodbye to everything?
Right.
And at that moment, she makes the decision, yes, I will marry Alan and lose everything I have. Start over. So I think that the whole 6 days thing is just whether or not she can go back and forth. Because after 6 days, it's like, that's it. You're either stuck on land or you're stuck in the water. I don't think you get either way.
Well, I only say that because the first day that she rescues Alan, right? She's actually on land with legs. So is that day one?
Sure. That's day one. So I think it's roughly 7 or 8 days.
How would she know how to walk if she hasn't done it before?
So you think she should be like aerial and kind of like kind of wobbly?
Well, exactly. I don't know. Is it not her first time on? I don't know. See, I think there's something missing in the story that they didn't put in there. Maybe budgetary reasons or something that would have drew this story.
Like, is it a wish? Did she go see a
sea hag or something?
Yeah. Did she go see a sea hag that granted her this thing that said, I'll give it to you, but it only lasts until the moon is full?
Right.
It'd be nice to get that mystic thing. It doesn't take away from the story for me. It would just be nice to get that background.
Right. I like how Eugene Levy, so somehow he figures out that he sees a picture of her.
He sees her in a supermarket tabloid.
Yeah.
It says something about the naked woman at the Statue of Liberty, and he recognizes her and says, that's the mermaid.
Yep. So he goes on a hunt to try to find the mermaid or whatever. And he figures if he can get her legs wet, that she will revert back to a mermaid. And I love the part where he's chasing down that lady, dude, with the 2 bucket pails of water. And he's like, get out of the way. And he dumps one bucket. He doesn't even look up. He throws the other bucket. And I love this cinematography shot because she turns around. He's got his camera and it's got the little circle and everything on the screen. Turns around. That lady turns around, and it's not her. And her husband or boyfriend or whatever, he just looks at me, he comes running in, and you see his hand going over the face of the camera. It's great cinematography right there.
It is. And he's like this big bruiser mob dude, right? He looks like a member of the mob. And so, yeah, he gets beat up. Yeah, the whole time, Kornbluth is like just trying to get her legs wet. He does pretty well. He gets in the, remember when he gets into like the apartment complex or the hotel or whatever it is, and he's got his little tanks on his back.
Oh, yeah.
And he's waiting for the elevator door to open because he's just going to splash her. And the way that scene's cut, it makes it look like he's going to do it because they show them get on the elevator. They show Alan and they show the mermaid. They get on the elevator. But when the elevator opens, it's the
same lady and man.
It's the same one. It's not Madison and Alan at all. It's
when does he get his arm in the cast?
After that, they don't show how it happened. They just show him splash that guy and splash that guy's wife for the second time.
Man, it's
the next scene, he's got his arm.
The odds of it being the same person, dude. The odds are incredible.
That is so cool because the next scene they show him, he's got like that arm, his broken arm in a cast. Oh man, that is so cool. He does end up proving that Madison is a mermaid.
Yeah, because Freddie has gotten 2 tickets to the president dinner. And Tom Hanks is like, hey, you don't mind if I take Madison, do you? And he's like, what? So basically, Alan and Madison go to this presidential dinner, and the Eugene Levy's character, Corn Sweet, whatever. Corn Blue. He's not the new Superman, but Corn Blue. He goes as a waiter, and it's pretty funny too. And he's got like
he's gonna assassinate the president.
Yeah, like watch out, waiter over there. He's sneaking around or whatever.
One with the hump.
Yeah. So basically, they go and they get him and they drag him out. They arrest him. Madison and Alan are walking out, and he's like, "That's her. That's the mermaid." And he reaches down and he grabs the water hose and he sprays. And I like it because it goes to slow motion. Man. It's painful to watch. I mean, you're heartbroken. And she falls down, and he's just continually spraying. And there's that scene when she looks up, and she is just drenched from the face all the way down. Man, you're like,
you can't tell what has been sprayed and what is tears. Right. That's what I like.
Yep.
She just so because she looks so sad. You can't tell if it's tears. Or
I was sad for her, dude.
But I have to admit, yeah.
But he's like, I was right. She is the
behold the mermaid.
Yeah. And Tom Hanks just turns around. And like the look of disbelief, I guess, sadness,
Well, come on, dude. You found out the girl you've been dating is a mermaid.
I know. But I mean, just when you thought it couldn't get any sadder, they end up putting her, well, let's take it back. They basically take Tom Hanks, Alan, and Madison. They take them to like a scientific research place.
Yeah, there's like a lab. Yeah.
And they put Tom Hanks naked into this like a bacterial tank, I guess, like a big giant aquarium. He's like, come on, guys. He's like, I'm not a mermaid. How many times do I got to tell you? Can I get out here, please? And they're like, he's been in there 12 hours. I think he's just a human.
He's up to the water, up to his neck.
Yeah. And he's like, well, now we're going to add the other one. So they add Madison into the tank with him.
Another heartbreaking scene. Oh, man. Come on.
It's rough, dude. It's rough. It's a sad movie.
This movie's hard to watch.
No, it's not hard to watch. It's fun to watch, but I mean, it's heartbreaking.
Romantic comedy, my ass. This movie's heartbreaking.
Yeah. And he's like, just stay away from me. He's like, is this, and
when they put her in the tank and she's swimming around. And she's like, Alan. And she like, kind of like tries to come up to him and he splashes her.
Yeah.
I mean, literally the title of the movie, but he splashes her to get away, and the look on her face.
Oh yeah.
It's like, because he's disgusted by her, I guess, or he's just afraid. But that's just heartbreaking, man. Because he's so afraid, and her whole her whole face. Daryl Hannah's amazing in this movie.
The way she looks at him in this movie.
Yeah, the way she looks at him, like, "What's wrong, Alan? I can't believe this. Why are you disgusted by me? What's wrong?" And he's afraid, and he's like, so the scientists say, "Get him out of there."
Yeah. So he's just a normal human. Get him out.
Yeah, get him out. So that water, that tank is not good for Madison.
No, I don't think they maybe they never had a saltwater aquarium, because I don't think the pH levels were quite right.
The pH levels were a little off. She was getting the ick.
Yeah, that's so sad too, man.
He was getting the ick, man, because they decide to, when I say they, Freddie, Alan, and Dr. Kornbluth decide that they are going to rescue her.
But wait, how does Alan find Kornbluth? He's in the dentist, remember? He's got He's got his arm in the cast, and he's in there getting a feeling. He's like, "All right, well, we're going to shoot you with this needle to numb the pain." He's like, "I deserve the pain.
I deserve the pain."
Yeah.
Yep.
And so Alan, he's at home and he's thinking about her, right? And he's like, well, because I think he talks to his brother, and he's like, "Look," he said, "you were in love. That's something you've been looking for your entire life."
Oh, that's a great scene.
Yeah. Yeah, she's a fish, but it's still love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, John Candy gets mad at him. He goes, "Look at what you got." Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's look at what you got. Right. And it's just like, you have love. You have this woman. He just goes through this list of like how lucky he is. He goes, "I'll never have that." Because he's filled his life with like shallow relationships and just sex, and he doesn't have that. And he's kind of jealous or envious of that love that Alan has for Madison, like that connection.
Yeah. It's really touching, man.
He's in, man. He wants to rescue her.
Yeah. So he's like, "Well, where are we going to find her?" And I don't know how he remembers or how he finds out that Corn, whatever, is at the.
I don't know how he finds out that she's at. Yeah, I don't know.
But he busts in and he's like, "Get out now." He tells this to get out. And here you got Eugene Levy with his cast one hand, and he grabs the syringe in the other. And they start fighting. He's like, "Look, I don't want to fight you. I want to find her or whatever." And he's like, he's got him in like a headlock, and he stabs his own leg with the needle. I could laugh so hard because he finally is like, oh, and he has to sit down in the chair. Remember, he's like, I don't even know where to find her or how to get to her. He's like, nobody can see her. He's like, I can.
And
he's like, all right, let's go. And dude, the way he drags his foot out the door.
Eugene Levy, the way he drags his left leg out the door.
So hard. It is so perfect. So funny.
I noticed that too, man. When he's dragging it, when Tom Hanks is dragging him out the door.
I wonder how many shots that took, because it was funny, dude.
It was like that classic Tim Conway scene.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
In the same dentist scene where he gets hit with the Novocaine in the leg.
Yep.
That was so funny. They dress up like Swedish scientists.
Yes.
That's the way they get her out.
Because there's two Swedish scientists that are supposed to be coming to meet with the head scientist there, because they have a mermaid. And old Cornrow or Corn Sweet, whatever his name is. What's his name?
Kornbluth.
Bluth. What's his first name?
His name is Dr. Walter Kornbluth.
Walter. We'll call him Walter. So Walter, John Candy, and Alan, or Freddie, they come in, and of all the guards in the world to be guarding the front desk would be the one guy that could talk Swedish, right?
Yeah. Who obviously spent time in Stockholm or something.
He's like, "These are the two Swedish people that were supposed to be coming." He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. He's like, "Go on in." And then he says something to him in Swedish, and they're like, yeah.
So how are you liking, he's asking like, how are you liking America in Swedish? And they're like, yeah. And then the only Swedish that John Candy knows is from Penthouse Magazine.
Because he says something else to him, right? And John Candy just says in Swedish something like, "Oh, I got a 12-inch penis," or something, right?
Oh, yeah. He says, "I have a 12-inch penis."
And the guy's like, and he lets him at the door.
Yeah, he's like, they're like, "How'd you do that?"
Yeah. He's like,
they get there, they get inside.
Dude,
and
she
they
looks
find that
sad.
Well, not only that, but she's peeling.
Yeah, flaky.
She's getting flaky. Like I said, I think she's got the ick because her her mermaid parts are starting to peel. Her human parts look great, but the fish parts not so much.
How awesome does her hair look in the water, man? Every time she's in the water, it's got like, it's beautifully shot. Ron Howard hit it with that.
Yeah, and I know you probably have a list of other actresses that were in line to play.
Oh, I do.
The mermaid. Because I saw some of them, and I don't know, man. After watching her play this role, the innocence that she can pull off, the just the turmoil, the sadness, the broken heart, and then this scene here where she's sick. She's obviously sick and dying.
Mm-hmm.
She's not going to last much longer in this tank.
No,
they got to get her out, right? And the way they get her out is they rush out and they like distract the security guard, saying she went wild.
Well,
and,
they have the other guy that's guarding the actual door. Remember?
True.
He's like, I can't let anybody in there.
Mm-hmm,
He's like, look, you have to listen. These are the Swedish guys. Okay. So they get in there and then they come out and they're like, oh no, they've bit his face off. She clawed his face or something. And they got her all wrapped up in towels and I don't know, everything. And Tom Hanks' character and Eugene Levy's character, they're taking her out to the car. Right. And they get in the car and they take off. And then the real doctor and the real two Swedish guys come in.
Oh yeah, that's
desk,
right. They do.
And they're like,
Swedes.
hey, these are the two Swedish guys. He's like, what do you mean? He said, Dr. Cornblue and the two Swedish people are already here. And they go in there and you see John Candy up there. Hey, come on in. The water is fine, guys.
He's all fishing.
Yeah. So, now you have a streetcar chase between like the National Guard. They got helicopters. They got everything. And
which makes sense because they're stealing a mermaid.
Right.
I mean, they're stealing a mermaid. They're not going to let it slide, man.
I mean, where was she at? Like the Scientific National Museum? She wasn't at SeaWorld.
Yeah. If anything, I think the security is kind of lax on our first mermaid.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So basically there's a big old long car chase scene where they're running through from different army guys, helicopters got them. And at one point they lose them in the back streets of somewhere. And they basically get to the end of a dock. They're trapped.
Oh, wait. One of my favorite little parts when they finally go to get Madison out of the tank, Tom Hanks says, so you're like something to the effect of, so you're a mermaid. Was this the big secret or was there something else?
Yeah.
And then she smiles and said, no, this is it. This is it.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that scene. It's like, so was there something else or is it just the mermaid thing? Kind of, you know?
Yeah. Like I could deal with the mermaid, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's it.
So now they're cornered and he's like, look, Madison, he's like, you gotta go back. You gotta jump. And she's like, if I go, I can never come back. And she said, come with me. And he says, well, I can't swim. And she's like, you jumped into the water all those years ago. That was me. She said, the water's always been calling you. And you know what? You did fine back then. You were breathing fine back then in the water. And he's like, so he starts thinking, he's like, but that means I'll never get to see Freddie or my family again.
Well, at first he's like, yeah, then I could just come back.
Yeah. And she's like,
oh, you can never come back.
Right. So I don't understand that either, but maybe that's for another, does he get it? Can he have a 7-day visa like she got?
I would think so.
He's not a mermaid or merman. So anyway,
but if he gets wet, his feet turn into flippers.
No, that's not true either. So she jumps in the thing, right? He's like, go, you need to go. So she takes off. Well, scuba divers and all that are starting to jump out of the helicopter, off the boats or whatever. They're trying to get her. And he makes up his mind. He jumps in after her. And, I think, the doctor's like, go or whatever. So he jumps in and he can't really swim, but he looks like he's actually swimming there for a minute. And,
yeah, he does pretty well.
And he gets down there and he's like, leave her alone, leave her alone. And they get down there and he goes underwater and there she is. And they kiss or whatever and smile. And they start like ripping the face mask off the people underwater. And she fins one of them in the balls.
Oh,
and,
that's right.
Yeah, she does. They do a lot of stuff and, they end up taking off together. Right. And the end credits come up and you see him like swimming through the corals and you see him swimming through some like cave looking things. And
I have
underwater.
to gripe about that. I have to gripe about that final song.
Yeah.
They play like this little romantic song and it's terrible.
I wondered under the sea. No, but the gripe I have is at the very, very, very end of the, I don't know if you watched all the way to the end of the credits, but you know,
I did.
The underwater home, I guess, you know, with the lights, everything, it just looked like a matte painting back there. You know what I mean? I was like,
right.
You could have showed us a little something, maybe some other sea people swimming around or something to give us.
It would have been nice to
life.
see some mer people, you know?
Right? But the thing that you notice is number one, Tom Hanks can obviously breathe underwater because he's not drowning, and number two, he still has legs. He doesn't have a tail, right?
So does he eventually like just take off his clothes and like just swim around naked out there?
I have no idea, dude. The ending was kind of weird. I ain't gonna lie, but that wasn't going to be the original ending. Actually, I think it was, what's his name? Ron Howard's wife, I do believe. Let me find it real quick. Oh, I didn't even keep it. But Ron Howard's wife and him said like, oh, we don't like this ending. So they wrote that ending to appease his wife or whatever. So
how would you have ended it then? Would you have had? I mean, I kind of like the ending.
I do.
I like the fact that they jump in the water and they swim deep, 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 and she takes him to her house.
Maybe if it would have flashed over and he had a tail or something, you know what I mean?
Like the Incredible Mr. Limpet.
Oh, I love that movie. Don't even go there. But I'm just saying. You kind of wonder. Oh, you can never go back, but you got human feet, so you could go back anytime you wanted, right?
Maybe. Who knows?
Or is it gonna be a one man? Well, let's talk about some of this trivia. Maybe it'll shed some light on some of your questions. One scene.
All right, I'm excited.
I got one scene, dude, that we have to talk about. The mermaid fountain that I said earlier, right? He comes home one day and she has that fountain in his living room. How did she get it in there?
How did they get it through the door?
I have no idea. But she has.
Why was it for sale?
Was it even for sale, or did she just steal it? And how did she do it? How did she move it by herself? How does she empty the water out of it? How does she not get her tail wet? I don't know. Questions that need answering, but it was hilarious.
That's true.
But that fountain, what?
Go ahead.
That
I was going to say that. We did it again. We forgot the scene where like she's taking a bath.
Oh yeah.
He's like, Alan. You know, Alan's like knocking on the door. And she goes, wait. And she's like drying herself off with a blow dryer, trying to get rid of her fins.
Yeah, I like how she puts the salt in the bathtub.
Oh,
See,
yeah.
that was another question too. Does she have to revert back to the mermaid every so often? That's why I think she jumped into the water, because she got in the bathtub to get her fins, right? I wonder if she has to change back in every so often.
I think she just feels more comfortable as a fish, so that's why she did it. She's like, a chance to get fish fin.
Right.
But anyway, I'm sorry. I digress. Go ahead.
All right. Sorry, you know, when we record over Zoom like this, the little delay, we kind of walk over each other sometimes. So sorry, listeners, but we're working on it. But the fountain that's from the movie is now on display at Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. I thought that was pretty cool.
Cool.
Ariel and the Little Mermaid in 1989 was originally blonde, but was made a redhead to look different from Madison.
Oh,
I thought that was really interesting. Here you go. Daryl Hannah swam with the mermaid tail so fast that her safety team could not keep pace with her.
Whoa, she really is a mermaid.
Yeah, dude, you'll find out more about her in a minute. She's like been enamored with the Little Mermaid, the book and everything since she was little. So,
whoa.
So the scene at the racquetball court where John Candy hits the ball and it hits him and knocks himself out. Remember, It was done in one take. But what I didn't tell you is, he had been drinking all night with Jack Nicholson, right? So,
oh my goodness.
Yeah. So according to Ron Howard on the YouTube series Reunited Apart, John Candy had arrived late to the set one day and held up the shoot, which was unlike the actor as he was a professional. When he arrived, he apologized to Howard profusely, to which Howard said it was fine and they would start shooting. Candy said to Howard that he actually hadn't slept and was actually drunk, giving the actor had gone to a bar where he met Jack Nicholson, who recognized Candy and supplied him with drinks all night. Candy had said, "But I've got to go shoot." And Nicholson had simply said, "You're going to be all right, kid. Don't worry about it." Candy subsequently shot a scene being hit with the ball in the racquetball court and succeeded on the first take. So he was drunk when he did it too, man.
I love that scene.
All right, Bond. Now this one really got me. Ron Howard turned down directing duties on Mr. Mom in 1983 and Footloose in 1984 in order to make this movie. Mr. Mom is one of my all-time favorite movies. I laugh every time. That's
crazy.
I know. But I wonder how it would have been shot with him directing it too.
It would have been great.
Oh, yeah. John Candy originally wanted to play Dr. Walter Kornbluth. Ron Howard convinced him to play Freddie Bauer instead. Candy then recommended Eugene Levy for the role. So that's how he got that.
I like it.
The shot of Madison leaping into the water as a mermaid after she encounters Alan on the beach was performed with a springboard within the water. The springboard was charged and propelled a stunt woman wearing a mermaid tail upwards through the water and into the air. Daryl Hannah's fin weighed 35 pounds. It took technicians 3 hours each day to put it on her, and she had to remain still while it was being attached. At lunch, they would yank me out on a crane and plop me on the deck, she told People Magazine.
That's awesome.
I couldn't eat because I couldn't go to the bathroom. I just lay there shivering with barnacles in my hair, soaking wet. When Madison takes a bath to transform back into a mermaid, the effect of the skin turning into scales was done by using a vacuum effect on an appliance that was placed over Daryl Hannah's leg. Hannah was required to place her left hand over the edge of the appliance to hide the edge of the effect. When the vacuum was activated, the upper layer of fake skin was pulled down over the false scales, and a false pectoral fin was triggered to extend upwards, completing the illusion. Note that some of the scales don't fully appear as they didn't fully pull down because of the vacuum effect.
Mm-hmm.
So Daryl Hannah had been swimming /mermaid style with her legs bound together since she was a little child because of her fascination with Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid story. In the documentary contained on the 20th anniversary DVD edition, Tom Hanks recalled how the other cast members would drop French fries over the side of the tank to her as though she was a trained mammal, as she couldn't leave the water while her legs were shrink wrapped.
That's awesome. See, so she was born to play a mermaid.
Right.
She was ready to play a mermaid.
At the time of filming, Daryl Hannah was extremely shy about her body, and according to director Ron Howard, she wore both Band-Aids and makeup over her nipples to conceal them. Daryl Hannah, who is a vegetarian, refused to eat real lobster for the restaurant scene. The crew scooped out the insides of real cooked lobsters and filled them with hearts of palm and mashed potatoes. Ron Howard said Hannah cried after each take over the deaths of the lobsters for their shells.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes. Tom Hanks has always claimed that he was the 11th choice to play the role, the main roles. Splash was not Daryl Hannah's first mermaid tale. She had been developing a live-action version of The Little Mermaid before Splash came along and sent the project spinning down the Hollywood plug hole. My whole desire was to be in movies, was to live in a fantasy world, Hannah recalls, and one of the things that I dreamed of was being a mermaid, so Splash was definitely a dream come true. Can you imagine Daryl Hannah as a live-action Little Mermaid? That'd been great.
That'd have been a good movie, too.
Brian Grazer came up with the idea for the movie in 1977 while driving down the Pacific Coast Highway and thought about what it would be like to meet a mermaid and fall in love. All right, Bond. I'm going to tell you some of the people that were considered for the role of Alan. You tell me if they could have pulled it off better than Tom Hanks or nah.
All right, this is what I've been waiting for.
Chevy Chase.
Nope. No way.
Bill Murray.
Nope.
Dudley Moore.
Now wait a minute. Let me think about this one. Man, I'm still going to say no.
I think he could have been Kornbluth.
Yeah, I think so.
John Travolta.
No, they don't have that quality, that innocence.
What about Michael Keaton?
Yes,
I think he would have been.
I think Michael Keaton has that like boyish quality to him, and that's what I think you need.
But wait, there's more. Jeff Bridges.
Maybe.
Richard Gere.
Nope.
Kevin
you need
Kline.
that boyish quality. Maybe. No, I don't think so. I really think you need that boyish quality, man.
Burt Reynolds.
No, these are terrible choices.
Robin Williams.
No, I think he's too funny.
John Hurd.
No, I don't think so.
Christopher Reeve.
Christopher Reeve does have that boyish quality about
I
him.
bet he could have pulled it off, dude. He's been, if you haven't seen anything outside of Superman, Somewhere in Time by itself.
Somewhere in Time's a great movie.
He's a fantastic actor. I think he could have done it. And then Robert Klein. I don't think so. 1982, Tom Hanks had done a one-time guest appearance on Happy Days in 1974. At Ron Howard's request, he read for a supporting role in this movie and ended up being cast in the leads. There you go.
Very cool. There you go. See, I think that the reason it works with Tom Hanks is because he's funny, but not overly funny. Because that's the problem with like a Chevy Chase or a Robin Williams. They're too funny. You also have to have that like boyish innocence to you where the audience has to believe that you just want to fall in love. I don't get that with Bill Murray. I don't get that with John Travolta. You know what I'm saying?
You got to remember, if Michael Keaton would have done it, he wouldn't have been in Mr. Mom, probably.
Well, that's what I thought was funny was the fact that you mentioned that Ron Howard turned down Mr. Mom.
Yeah.
And Michael Keaton turned down Splash.
Yep.
Right? So they were all intertwined. They were all going around at the same time, all these movies.
Daryl Hannah said it was such a pain to remove and put on the mermaid tail that she would just leave it on and stay in the water during breaks between shooting scenes. On the DVD audio commentary, Tom Hanks jokes that he would help his immobilized co-star with snack breaks. Yeah, they would come in and pop a French fry in my mouth, laughs Hannah. I'd prefer to be left in the water or in the tank. When I was out of the water, it was very painful for me, and I was helpless because I couldn't move. I was like a beached dolphin laying there wherever the crane placed me, on the dock or on a stretcher. I was at the mercy of everybody. I bet that was uncomfortable too.
That's crazy.
The cab driver who tells the Marine, "Up yours, Gomer. I'm waiting for a fare." Remember when they were going through the street chase?
Yeah.
It's the same cab driver who drives Alan to Cape Cod earlier in the film. That's funny. Tom Hanks revealed during a podcast interview in January 2023 that it was his guest role on the episode A Little Case of Revenge on Happy Days that had brought him to the attention of the producer of this movie. He said Ron Howard had already left the show and he was directing, and they had written this movie called Splash, and it was at Disney, and no one wanted to work for Disney, and no one would take the job. And eventually they said, hey, this guy who kicked Fonzie through a plate glass window might be good. And so I ended up auditioning for that. So
cool.
Tom Hanks had trouble with the water scenes, partly because he was a smoker, so probably didn't have the whole lung things. All right, here's the one I was talking about earlier about the little girl at the beginning of the movie. So Shayla McCarvich played young Madison and turned 7 during the filming of Splash. She wasn't even comfortable wearing a bikini, so she was against appearing topless. She recalled, I was playing on the beach on the set, knowing I was about to be called to shoot one of my scenes. I was ready and happy. Then all of a sudden, Ron Howard yells in his bullhorn, okay, Shayla, we're ready for your scene. We need you to take your top off now. I instantly started bawling, crying. I was completely terrified. Next thing I know, I was in the water and the camera was shooting me while I was crying the whole time. And all I wanted was my mom. Fast forward to the movie's release, and everyone remembers me as the little Madison who was crying as Alan was taken away. Everyone complimented me on what a wonderful actress I was because my crying was so believable. Little did they know.
Aww. I don't know who I feel more sorry for, the little girl or the fact that Ron Howard had to ask a little girl to take her top off.
Right.
That's just so sad and awkward. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
right. Was it needed?
Man, I don't know. I don't think so. I think you could have put like some sort of bodysuit stuff there.
Or like a starfish or something.
Yeah. Well, then you just a starfish. And then you have like the hair that blocks, like the hair
like seaweed or something, maybe.
Yeah. Or just have her wear like a bigger necklace that covers up her front.
Here's somebody else that auditioned for the lead role. Steve Guttenberg.
Jeez, man. These are, I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm not a big Steve Guttenberg fan, so maybe that's my bias kicking in. But maybe.
But Ron Howard did give him a role in his next movie, which was Cocoon in 1985.
True.
The map from the shipwreck that Madison used to find Alan Bauer's home is an old map of the province of New York. It bears the name His Excellency William Tryon Esquire. Tryon was the colonial governor of the province of New York from 1771 to 1780. So, despite being implied as a mermaid, the actress who played young Madison never actually wore a mermaid tail, and no young mermaid tail was made. Instead, the tail that splashes against the water is a copy of the adult Madison mermaid fins with the points at the fins cropped off, attached to a stick. This was done out of convenience so that a scuba diver could just splash the tail from under the surface when needed.
That's actually pretty smart because it's probably a lot faster and easier to do it that way than to have a little girl upside down in the water trying to splash her.
Probably a little cheaper too.
True.
A scene where Madison meets an elderly, ugly mermaid, the Sea Hag, who warns her of falling in love with a human, was filmed but dropped before the film released.
Ooh, there you go.
Short parts of this complex scene can be seen on the DVD. This sequence would make the movie a lot more similar to Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaid. That might be the missing piece we need, Bond.
That's what we've been discussing this whole time. That's the scene. You need an explanation for what's happening. How is she on land? Why is there a time limit?
But don't worry, ladies. I'm about to tell you something that might pique your interest. In 2016, producer Brian Grazer said he was working on a remake of Splash, only with a twist. Grazer said there's a movie star that's going to be involved. It would most likely be from the point of view of the mermaid and would be closer to an earlier draft of Splash. Jillian Bell and Channing Tatum were set to star, with Bell as a female human and Tatum as a merman. Tatum was also set to produce the remake through his production company, Free Association, along with Reed Carolyn and Peter Kieran, while Howard and Grazer will also produce from Imagine Entertainment with Anna Culp as as executive producer and Marja Lewis Ryan writing. As of January 2021, the project was still in development. So there you go. Channing Tatum could be the next merman.
All right. Is that movie going to be made? Is it going to be a hit? And will you go see it?
I mean, Channing Tatum topless? I'm sure it'll be a hit, right?
I was like, you're sold.
It's Gambit Sherry, right?
Exactly.
Would you go see it?
You know what? I probably would.
I would too, because the special effects they have today is going to be amazing.
I'd probably walk out disappointed because I love this movie so much.
Like we always are.
Yeah, but you know what? I think I would like it. I think I'd watch it and check it out, man, because I'm a big fan of this movie, so I would support. And I think that's actually a remake that would make sense.
Right.
Why couldn't you reverse the roles and it makes sense?
Only if they run into Tom Hanks and her down there in the sea or something.
Tom Hanks that's their father and mother. Yeah. Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah.
It was reported in November 2022 that the original cut of Splash had been restored on the streaming service Disney Plus so that her bare butt is once again visible during the beach scene where she runs into the water. In 2019, Disney had censored that scene by digitally lengthening Madison's hair to cover her bottom when the movie was first added to the streaming service.
Time out. I watched it on Disney Plus.
Did you?
This week. Yes. And they show the bare butt.
I watched it on my account on Vudu that I have, and it didn't. She has the longer hair. So when Daryl Hannah had to leap out of the bathtub during the bath scene where there was no mat for a cushion, only the thick tail which still bruised her knees. So then, the more I think about it, the more I'm appreciative of Daryl Hannah's acting in this. She went through a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The necklace that Madison wears was a way for the writers to connect the young girl from the movie's beginning with the young woman who rescues Alan. The necklace is prominently displayed to connect the two as the same character. All right, Bond, you did well on Alan. So here we go. How about actresses that are considered for the mermaid, Madison?
All right, here we go.
Jodie Foster.
Nope, not feminine enough.
Rosanna Arquette.
I thought you were going to say Roseanne Barr. Rosanna Arquette. Yes, I think she could have done it.
How about Brooke Shields?
And I don't know, because she was already in that other,
The Blue Lagoon
movie was a Blue Lagoon, and so people already associated her with that.
So, but she turned down the unoffered. She got offered, but she turned it down so she could study French literature at Princeton. So.
I don't know if that was a good choice.
It was also turned down by Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
She does have big hair. She would have been a brunette, but I mean, she does have the big hair, so I think she could have pulled the hair.
Melanie Griffith.
No, I just don't think she's that good of an actress.
Diane Lane.
Yes.
Tatum O'Neal.
No.
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe. I might buy that one.
What about Sharon Stone? Oh, young Sharon Stone.
A young Sharon Stone?
Yes.
I think so. Yeah.
Kathleen Turner.
I don't know how old she would have been back then. Maybe. I'm thinking like Romancing the Stone type days. I don't know.
Deborah Winger reportedly wanted the role of Madison, but Ron Howard turned her down. Deborah Winger, she might have been able to do it, man. How about Lisa Whelchel? Do you know who that is?
Oh, I do. That's
Blair Warner from The Facts of Life.
I was going to say that's Blair from The Facts of Life. Maybe.
Oh, dude, I think she was great. And here's some other ones that were considered. You remember Tanya Roberts? She auditioned for it, but she turned it down because she was busy working on Sheena. Remember the Sheena movie?
She should have taken Splash.
Could she have done it?
If she would have, if they would have offered it to her, I think she would have done it.
What about Shelley Long?
No.
Ali Sheedy? I think so.
I think so. She's one of my little childhood crushes.
Molly Ringwald.
No, maybe she got she has the red hair.
No, she wasn't red hair in this. So also PJ Souls.
I'm not sure who that one is. What other
PJ Souls is? You have to look it up.
Okay.
You'll be like, oh yeah, she could have. Despite being themed after the movie Song of the South, the popular Disney log flume ride Splash Mountain was named by CEO Michael Eisner, oddly enough, in order to promote this movie. So I think that's
very
pretty cool.
Splash Mountain.
Yep. Also, Michael Keaton was offered the role of Freddy too. But we got John Candy instead. So
they really wanted Michael Keaton in this movie.
They did. So Bond, I've talked about it before, but one of the first VHS tapes I got was Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. This other one was Beach Blanket Bingo. I don't know if you've ever seen it with Annette Funicello and Frankie Avalon, but this movie's main plot plays almost notorious of a subplot of Beach Blanket Bingo in 1965, where the character name of Bonehead falls off his surfboard and is rescued by a mermaid named Lorelei. She is reluctant to leave the water, but later agrees to accompany him to a dance, provided he promises not to tell his friends that she is a mermaid. He agrees, and they go to the dance together. Bonehead's friends thinks his strange behavior is a result of a surfboard accident, but he is really trying to hurriedly get Lorelei back to the sea before her time on land is up. He tries to get her to stay with him, but she informs him that they could never be together on land or in the sea before she swims away.
Oh,
you need to watch.
So the whole thing's like it's a subplot to Beach Blanket Bingo.
Here's some other people that were considered for the role of Freddy, which went to John Candy. Tim Allen.
Yeah, I like Tim Allen. I think he would work.
What about John Goodman?
Yes.
Yeah, I think they both would have been.
I think John Goodman would have been great.
Producer Brian Grazer recalled witnessing John Candy drink 17 small rums and cokes while meeting with the actor to determine if he could take part in the movie. He stated, but he drank them like one after the next, and he lit up and was fun and never got sloppy. He just kept going.
Wow.
So, guess he can drink, huh? The mold used to make the mermaid fountain had also been used to make the ice sculpture in Herbie Goes Bananas in 1980. Did you like the Herbie movies?
Yeah, they're cute, fun. Man. I love those. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
I don't know about the fountain though. I'd have to go back and look for that fountain now.
So for the racquetball scene, John Candy did it with very little sleep, as we've talked about. He revealed that Brian Grazer revealed that he stayed out with Jack Nicholson until 4 or 5 in the morning, and then He went right to work, revealing that Candy had a lot of endurance. He also revealed the night with Nicholson, I think he overdid it. So he literally ran into the ball that hit him in the head. That was real. We anticipated. We knew we'd have to shoot it into shots because the minute he hit the ball, hit him right in the head, and he couldn't get out of the way of it. So, oh man, this is one of Jason Biggs' favorite film. Of course, he played in American Pie, where Eugene Levy was his dad. Barbra Streisand was offered a role in this film, but she declined because she had presumed that the part would take away too much time from her being with her family. All right, Bond. Thoughts, feelings, ratings for Splash.
This is a great movie. You and I often talk about whether or not movies translate, whether or not they can hold up through the test of time. I think this movie does. I actually like this movie more now than when I watched it initially years and years and years ago. Because I've always liked this movie. It's always been on my list of movies that, but this is the first time I've went back and rewatched it after decades.
Yep.
And I can't believe how much I liked it.
Me either.
The comedy scenes were really good, and the heartwarming scenes were even better. I can't find it. I guess the weakest part for me might have been like Eugene Levy's assistants were kind of stupid. You know, I really didn't like them too much. But wow, I'd hate to rate it too high, but I'm thinking maybe like an 8.5 or 9. There's very little wrong with this movie.
Right.
Like I said, maybe just the song I'm not crazy about that little song at the end when they go swimming off during the end credits.
What's the prop you're going to take?
Let's see. Not the fountain. It's too big. That's way too big. I'm not going to take that. Maybe I'll take a prosthetic fin. Maybe one of the prosthetic fins that Daryl Hannah wears.
Okay. Watching this movie as a kid, you liked it because it's mermaid, it's cool. But like you said, when you watch it through the heartache of the Tom Hanks is going through that whole ice skating scene, man, it's very emotional. Because you see that little 3 to 5 minute scene, you go from Tom Hanks being madly in love with her, wanting to marry him, to him being a jerk, and then to him being depressed, and then him trying to find her again. I loved it, man. I love this movie, and it holds up today. Now, after going through some of the trivia, learning about the little girl at the beginning of the film, I don't like that. You could have worked around that, I think, especially being only 7. You think they could have come up with something better. Looking back out now, it just sounds creepy. I wish we would have had a little bit of a backstory as to why she only has till the sun, till the moon becomes full. But I guess if they have part of that with the sea hag, that might have explained some of it. So I don't know why it was cut out. And then it bugs me at the end when they're swimming in the water and he's got legs. It just bothers me. But for me, it's a solid 9, dude. It's a really good movie. And, as I sat there and I watched it again last night, I got enthralled with the storytelling of it. What a great director. The direction that he shot that, and that scene where he's walking in the rain and she's under the bridge, man, it just, something clicked with me right then, man. I said, this is a really good movie. I feel for both of them. 1, because he's not going to be able to be with her. Number 2, because she's going to be turned into a mermaid if she gets, I remember when she got shot with the water and her legs are on the run with the red carpet or whatever,
breaks your heart.
But it's a great movie. This stands the test of time. I'll probably watch this again in my lifetime, maybe a couple of times, but I can't recommend this highly enough to people to watch this movie. It's a little weird in parts. Yeah, Eugene Levy's character, he can be out there, but it's a little, if you're going to have a romantic comedy, you got to have somebody that takes most of the comedy, which is him and John Candy. There's not much comedy between Tom Hanks and Daryl Hannah. There is just because she doesn't know the language. But yeah, I highly recommend this movie.
It's better than you remember it.
Oh, I guarantee it.
It's better than you remember it. Yes. If you saw this as a kid, watch it again. It's better than you remember it.
Right. So
what's your prop?
My prop, man, I keep going back and forth on this. But I think I want to take John Candy's fishing pole at the end of the movie, where he's in the tub and he's like, "Come on in, the water's fine, boys," or whatever. I'll take the fishing pole. Yeah. So, well, we are the Tragedy of Cinema. We thank you again for listening. This episode went a little long, but when you have a movie like this, you want to make sure you hit the parts that are emotional, and you can tell by the longer we go on a movie, we're actually invested into that movie. We're trying to remember a lot of stuff, and when you start talking about this stuff just pops in your mind, and you rattle on a little bit longer than you intended to. So we hope you guys enjoyed this a little bit longer episode than what we normally put out, but we hope everybody's having a great week. If you want to follow us, we are the Tragedy of Cinema Podcast on Facebook. You want to reach out to us, we are the Tragedy of Cinema at gmail.com. You can leave us a email. If you have a suggestion you'd like us to cover a movie, send it there and I'll get with Bond and we'll make it happen. But with that being said, I think this episode's coming to a close, and that's a wrap.
And cut.
The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer, join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer, join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer, join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. To the tales we love the most. The tragedy of cinema, where memories shimmer, join us as we toast to the tales we love the most. To the tales we love the most.
Oh no, I gotta go check on Bond. I think he was drowning. Bloop, 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 bloop.